have really planned a lot for you, from art celebrating to a lawyer who is a criminal, and then we have people or somebody who broke into someone's car. So today we have really a lot planned for you, and I want to welcome you. Like, this is the best place to be. Feel at home, and I hope you'll enjoy the stories that we've planned for you. Remember, we normally do this on a daily basis, like from Monday to Monday. We don't jump. Yeah, we are here every day to just inform you or let you know that about what is happening from around the globe. So my name is Inomark29. Welcome, feel at home, and I hope you'll be with me until the end of this session. Yeah, so today I've actually lined up about 11 stories for you. Yeah, there are 11 in total, so I hope you'll enjoy and as well be educated from these stories of ours. So without wasting time, I actually want to confirm something here before we begin. Yeah, so as I'm confirming, the thing is, onto our first bizarre story, Larry the Cat's Anniversary. Yeah, you heard me correct. Larry the Cat's Anniversary. It says, Britain's Chef Monsieur to the Cabinet Office. Larry the Cat is marking 15 years of service today as the political cat at the 10 Downing Street. So friend, imagine a scenario whereby, or a situation whereby a cat is actually celebrating an anniversary. You see, the thing is, from where you come from, we normally do not take animals that serious. Like, we do not even, what can I say? Like, you can even find a cat being rained on and you pass by without even trying to help that cat. But here, this cat is actually celebrating, yeah, an anniversary. This is amazing. Yeah, this is also a lesson that the people who normally do not take animals as serious as they're supposed to be. You see an animal like a cat, for example. A cat has blood. Yeah, a cat needs to eat. A cat is alive. Like, you need at least to give it the respect that it deserves. So do not, like, some I normally see, though this is common among these younger boys, they normally kick them. Like, you find a cat, you kick it. Yeah, you see a cat cannot even fight back. It cannot do anything. So imagine whereby, but there is something that I like about these first world countries. They normally, like, they follow the rules according to how it's supposed to be. Like, you cannot hit a cat. Yeah, you are supposed to take care of a cat the way it's supposed to be, like the way you can even take care of another person. So if you are found maybe kicking a cat, then you'll be in trouble. But the place that I come from, people kick cats, people actually hit dogs, like, mercilessly. Yeah, they don't care. Like, they do not see them as living creatures. Maybe they see them like just things. Yeah, you find it on the road, you hit it. Also, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will appreciate so much. Yeah, so friend, what I was saying is, we should at least be considerate, be human. Yeah, when you find a cat maybe in trouble, like the other day we saw someone found a calf. They took it in, they warmed it, they fed it excuse me, and then they let it sleep on their couch. Yeah, so that is how it's supposed to be. Like, if you find an animal, do not, like, leave it to die. Just take it I can see Bible Faith Kiserian is saying you. Hello Kiserian. And then there's somebody F3LEM1K, you said hi. Hi too, thank you. We appreciate. Kindly support us by subscribing and we will be grateful. Yeah, so friend, what I was saying is this story here at the bizarre story, our first bizarre story, which was saying Larry the cat's anniversary. So these people are actually celebrating the anniversary of this. Brand Bet, you're asking, you from Kenya? Yes bro, Brand Bet, I'm from Kenya. Thank you. Kindly also brand support us by subscribing and we'll be grateful. So this cat here is celebrating, like there was a party, a very big party organized to celebrate this cat has like lived for the past 10 years. That is very, very nice. Yeah, maybe someday I'll also celebrate our cat's anniversary someday. Yeah, I hope so. So that was our first bizarre story. Also, it explained that Britain's chef Monsieur to the cabinet office, Larry the Cat, is marking 15 years of service today as the political top cat at the 10 Downing Street. So that is the whole story. I mean, part of the story. So moving on to the second bizarre story. Yeah, it's around, right now it's around 10:42 p.m. here in Kenya. Yeah, you can also, if you're watching, you can also tell us where you are, maybe the time. Yeah, you can. We remember we're supposed to communicate. Yeah, it's a session where it's not like whereby it's not like I'm reading news for you and we cannot interact. We can. If you send a message, I'll read it. Yeah, that is a promise from me. So onto the second bizarre story, the Saucer Star Mystery, the title, and then it says astronomers have reported solving the mystery of a star that dimmed for 200 days. The cause was identified as a giant saucer structure, likely an enormous ring system around the super Jupiter or brown dwarf, blocking 97% of the star's light. So the astronomers finally found like why the reason as to why this star dimmed for 200 days, 200 good days. That is close to 1 year. Like, we know there is a star somewhere, but it has not been seen for the past 200 days. That is a very long period of time. So these astronomers actually went out to at least confirm and maybe find out like why is that star not twinkling or shining anymore. So after they got there, they found a giant saucer structure. Saucer is something steel, I believe, saucer. So they found that thing there, and then they're saying likely an enormous ring system around a super Jupiter or a brown dwarf, blocking 97% of the star's light. Like, if you block even 50% of that star's light, maybe there'll be like a very big difference. Yeah, even if maybe it's a certain percentage, there'll be a difference. So this one here was blocking like for 97%. That means it's like completely not seen. Maybe a very tiny, from a very far distance, you cannot even notice it if it's there. Remember, it was like blocked 97%. So finally they found what was blocking it. So they know the reason why the star wasn't shining or twinkling. So friend, if you are watching, kindly support us by subscribing and we will appreciate so much. So that was our second bizarre story, which was saying the Saucer Star Mystery. Astronomers have reported solving the mystery of a star that dimmed for 200 days. The cause was identified as a giant saucer structure, likely an enormous ring system around a super Jupiter or brown dwarf, blocking 97% of the star's light. So that was our second bizarre story. Janet Monda, hello to hi to Janet. Janet, I saw you somewhere. I appreciate. Kindly support us support us by subscribing, and we will appreciate so much. Janet, hello to again. I hope you're doing great. So moving on to the third bizarre story. Dog carnivore protest. So that is the title, and then it says, in Rio de Janeiro, owners and their pets participated in the Blackout Dog Parade, using the festive event to protest animal cruelty following a recent high-profile case in Brazil. So this is what we were talking about, but this actually here, this story or this news happened in Rio de Janeiro, which is in Brazil. This is what I was talking about. Like, some of us, I'm not saying some of them, some of us, because I'm among the human beings who are very cruel when it comes to animals. Some human beings, some people, normally, I've seen someone putting so much, like a lot of luggage on a donkey. Here in my country, there are places, there are people and places whereby they use donkey to transport maybe goods, and then they use these donkeys at times to like plug. They use these donkeys like to in very many things, like they have to do it with a donkey. So you find that somebody has overloaded a donkey's back, like there's a lot of luggage in the donkey's back, but this guy has again goes ahead to hit it, like to cane it to walk faster. Remember, it has a lot of baggage on the back, and this person here is also trying like to make it walk faster, like rushing it. So he's caning it. That is not good. And then there is a situation whereby you find like somebody maybe wants to plug, yeah. Okay, let me leave that aside. I'll give a different example whereby somebody has a dog, yeah, and this dog is maybe caged. If not caged, maybe there is something tied to the neck, and then it's restricted to a certain place. So this person here maybe goes away for maybe 2 to 3 days, and this dog here is alone, tied. The dog cannot move. The dog, remember, cannot even try to find at least something on its own to eat. Yeah, so you go for like even a week, leaving your dog without food, without anything, which is really very unfortunate and very unfair to this dog here, or maybe a cat. There is a friend of mine I actually remembered when we were back in college. This guy, so it wasn't actually intentional. This guy was traveling to a certain place during the night. He was with a friend, a cousin of his, and some 2 ladies. So on their way, unfortunately, they got an accident. After getting the accident, this this man broke his leg. After he broke his leg, he was taken to the hospital, and then he was admitted. Like there was a lot of swelling on the leg, so they couldn't work on the leg before the swelling could calm down. So they had to wait for the swelling to calm down and then plaster the leg, because the bone, yeah, completely broke. So this guy here, back at home, he had a fish. There are those fish that you put on in your sitting room, and then they are in a certain, what do we call it? Yeah, is it I'm trying to remember the name. I believe maybe you know the name of that white thing, whitish glass-like thing, whereby you put your fish and then it's connected to the electricity. So you feed that fish of yours. It's like maybe it's for decoration, the fish, not the real fish that you can bring and eat, cook and eat. So this guy here was admitted in the hospital and he had a fish back at home. So unfortunately, he also lost the key during the accident. So that fish had nobody to give her food. It came to a time, the fish actually died. So it died in the house while the owner was in the hospital. You see, so in such a cases, I believe that you can at least give your neighbor a key to access your house if maybe you are not around, so that if you happen to have a dog, maybe a fish or a cat, this guy, if you are not around, this guy can come in and feed them. Instead of going for maybe a week, 2 months, your dog is starving, your cat is starving, your fish has no food, and they'll end up dead. Yeah. So this actually, there's no difference between animal cruelty and this not starving them. Yeah. Remember, we should take good care of them. Yeah. They're also like us. It's just that they happen to be different from us, but they are like us. Yeah, they breathe, they have blood in them, such things. So we shouldn't be cruel to animals. Yeah. So this was the third bizarre story, which was saying dog carnival protest, the title, and then it says in Rio de Janeiro, owners and their pets participated in the blackout dog parade, using the festive event to protest animal cruelty following a recent high-profile case in Brazil. So that was our third bizarre story. Moving on to the fourth bizarre story, strange discovery in Makueni. Wow. Yeah. So this is now in Kenya. Strange discovery in Makueni. And then it's saying, in Kenya, a bizarre baby casket was discovered containing a bloody note with a list of 9 local leaders, causing widespread fear in the community. You see, Makueni is I do not really want to irritate the people coming from Makueni, but according to the picture that the people out here have about Makueni, is that Makueni, there is a lot of witchcraft being practiced there. Yeah. So this one here, this story here is really it's somehow confirming Makueni is not really a good place. Yeah. Now here they're saying a casket, a baby casket was found. Okay, let me read that again. Strange discovery in Makueni. In Kenya, a bizarre baby casket was discovered containing a bloody note with a list of 9 local leaders, causing widespread fear in the community. So imagine a scenario whereby a casket, people fear caskets. Like if you find a casket all of a sudden, it's not like you went and maybe bought it and then there is somebody dead, you're supposed to use it to bury the person. Maybe this guy who brought this casket had wanted to at least spread fear. Now the fear's been spread. Like somebody went to the casket shop, bought a baby casket, brought it, and then went and looked for blood. First he wrote a note and then he dipped it. I do not really know if he dipped it or maybe applied the blood on the note and then remember the names that were on this note are local leaders names. They are names of local leaders. So maybe it might be that one of these leaders, or maybe all those leaders, maybe wronged this particular person. So what he went on to do was to scare them. And maybe some people might think or believe that like he only wanted to scare them, but something very bad might actually happen to these leaders. Yeah, remember I've told you Makueni does not really have a good name out here. Yeah, it's, for example, the place where I come from, some people say that in Kisii we have people who eat people, or we have people who practice witchcraft, but nobody has actually ever confirmed like do people really get eaten in Kisii? Because if people are eaten in Kisii, then we could have maybe found skulls, bones. Yeah, you cannot eat a whole human being and then there are no evidence, like there are no skulls, there are no bones. Yeah, even if maybe you are stuffing them in maybe a toilet, by now the toilet could maybe be full with the human bones, so they've never really been found. But out there, the people really normally say, in Kisii you'll be eaten, do not even attempt to go to Kisii, you might be eaten alive. Yeah, but nobody has ever confirmed this. So in Makueni, people normally say like a lot of witchcraft is being practiced in Makueni, but we've never been, like, nobody has ever confirmed it. Now this story is confirming that in Makueni there is witchcraft, and this is not different from witchcraft, whereby you bring a coffin and then you write people's names on a note, you blood the note, and then you put inside the coffin a baby coffin. That is very scary. Yeah, it even scared me very, very much. So that was our third bizarre story. Moving on to the fourth bizarre story. That was our fourth. Moving on to the fifth bizarre story. Now this is also another shocking story. Promising lawyer unmasked as serial burglar. The title, and then it says, a bizarre years-long crime spree involving a former paralegal and promising lawyer, Philip C., has been revealed. He is a suspect in more than 100 burglaries across affluent suburbs in Sydney and Melbourne. These two are in Australia, I believe so. A case that baffled the police for a decade before a single swipe card in his wallet linked him to the crime. So, unfortunately, yeah, we know that there are lawyers that are corrupt. But this guy here, okay, most people know lawyers as very honest people. Yeah, most people know lawyers as very honest people. You can find that somebody killed someone, but a lawyer is there defending this person like this guy never did it. Yeah, because there is no evidence that is linking this guy direct to the murder. This guy might not have done it. If maybe you have proof that he did it, bring the proof. So it might be like somebody knows so and so murdered so and so, but there is no proof to show that this guy did it. So the lawyer will like present his client as very innocent, who's never sinned, who's never done any crime. You see? So this guy here, this lawyer here, is they sing a promising lawyer. Yeah, when such a title is put behind your name, it's really promising. So this lawyer here has been involved like more than 100 burglaries. Yeah, more than 100. That is a lot. This is in Australia. So what really confirmed that this guy has been doing these burglaries is the saying a single swipe card in his wallet linked him to the crime. Yeah, it's a swipe card. just a swipe card, like you've been, we normally say in my country, we say underwater, chini ya maji. Yeah, you've been underwater doing your things you want to, yeah, playing chess here and there. And then we also normally say in my country, siku za mwizi ni 40, like a thief only has 40 days, so after 40 you'll be caught. Not literally actually, but siku za mwizi ni 40. So whatever you do in the dark, hoping that, believing that I'll never be caught, one day, one time you'll be caught, and when you'll be caught, you'll be in trouble. Oh, so before I forget, kindly, if you're watching, support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate so much. So this lawyer here, just a swipe card, gave him up, like all the crimes that he's been doing or being involved in, 100 plus. Now he's been caught. So I repeat it before we move on to the next bizarre story. Promising lawyer unmasked as serial burglar, the title, and then it says, a bizarre years-long crime spree involving a former paralegal and promising lawyer, Philip C., has been revealed. He is a suspect in more than 100 burglaries across affluent suburbs in Sydney and Melbourne, a case that baffled police for a decade before a single swipe card in his wallet linked him to the crime. Yeah, that was our fifth bizarre story. Moving on to the sixth bizarre story. This is also a very funny one. I listened to this. Dubai's luxury begging networks. Police in Dubai recently dismantled organized networks where beggars were using luxury cars and carrying large amounts of hidden cash to exploit public kindness. Yeah, you heard me correct. So these people here behave or act like beggars. These are rich people actually. They were driving high-end cars, luxury cars. So these people come, park their cars somewhere, and then they go to the streets to beg. These are people with money, but they're acting like they do not have money. According to this story, when I tried to find out more, I found out that these people here had $6,800 stuffed in their cars. So these people here are actually not poor. I do not really know what their deal was. Like, how can you have money? You have a car, you have cars actually, luxury cars, not just cars, luxury cars. And then you go to the street, you maybe sit down, sit somewhere, find a place to sit, and you have a note on your hand, yeah, saying, kindly help me, maybe with $1 or $2 or $5. And yet your car is parked somewhere around the corner. So after you finish begging, you maybe stand the money that you've collected, you put it in your pocket, and then you go to your car, you open it, drive away. So if you do this, what maybe will happen to someone who's really like a beggar for real? Somebody who has nothing, yeah, no food, nothing to his name actually. So what will you expect of such a person? Where will he or where will she get the money from? You see, with the bad thing with such a thing is, now people around that place are maybe not going to help other people because of you. If they discover that people are coming to the streets who do not really need help to beg, and then the picture will be like this person might be acting, they might not actually be like for real, you see. So this bad manners actually very bad. So kindly And also it has actually reminded me of some stories that I had in the past, whereby there are people along Nairobi streets who are begging, like they have nothing. Some are maybe physically challenged, yeah, some have some diseases. So these people here, there is a clip that was going around a certain time in a few years back, whereby somebody brings these people to the street. He brings them to beg for him. So after when evening comes, this person comes and takes them away. So he goes to count like how much they made. It's like a business for somebody. Somebody brings you, maybe you live in, now I'm giving an example of Nairobi. Maybe you live in Kawangware, for example now. So this person brings you like pays for your fare from Kawangware to Nairobi CBD. So you come to Nairobi CBD, you beg for a whole day, and then this person comes for you in the evening, takes you away, then goes to count how much you made. So he will give you a certain amount for your upkeep, and he will take the rest. Like, he's using people to get money, and not just people who are suffering, people who are going through like serious challenges. Imagine where a situation whereby you're bringing somebody who is physically challenged, somebody who cannot walk, somebody who is crawling on his knees. You bring him or her from Kawangware to Nairobi CBD. He comes there to beg the whole day, and when evening comes, you take him away. And then the money that he or she has made, like you give him or her a certain portion, like a certain percentage, and you take the rest. Like, I'm the one who pays for your transportation to town and from town, so I have to take more. You see, God will punish you. Yeah, he'll be punished for real. Do not do that to people. That is bad, very, very bad, and that is bad manners. Yeah, so do not like pretend maybe you're suffering and you're not suffering. There are people who are suffering for real, so you might take what they're supposed to get, you that is not suffering. So that was our 6th bizarre story, which was saying Dubai's luxury begging networks, the title. And then it says, police in Dubai recently dismantled organized networks where beggars were using luxury cars and carrying large amounts of hidden cash to exploit public kindness. That was our 6th bizarre story. Moving on to the 7th bizarre story is a historical sex crimes squad arrest. Historical sex crimes squad arrest. So that is the title. And then it says, following the use of forensic investigative genetic genealogy, FIGG, a 73-year-old man was arrested at a service station for a series of alleged sexual assaults dating back to 1997 on the Central Coast. So this is the thing that I was saying earlier, like siku za mwizi ni 40. Like, you can do a lot of crimes, a lot of things in the darkness, but a day will come when those things, when people will know, when the public will get to know that maybe there is a certain lady this guy assaulted, or maybe a certain man in 1997. Those are very many years ago, like more than 25 years ago. So this guy, maybe in his mind, now he's 73 years old, maybe in his mind he's actually even forgotten. Maybe he might be remembering, but it might happen like he has forgotten. But now his time has come. Yeah, sexual assault. some people are really jokers. Yeah. Not even, how do I put it? Like, you see, maybe if you see, this is a series of sexual assault, not even one. So which says it's like it was his what do we call it, habit. Yeah, you do it to somebody, maybe he or she does not report you. Then again, you do it to someone, maybe he or she does not report you. You see, there are people who are normally like, if I say that somebody did this and this to me, how will people see me? How will the public see me? So you decide like, he did it, I'm going just to keep quiet about it. Or maybe this man here might have been maybe powerful, maybe in a certain organization, or maybe he had a lot of money. Yeah, you see. So the people who he sexually assaulted couldn't take a step or maybe report him because they feared. But finally, actually yesterday I talked about something like, when somebody wrongs you, do not really try to revenge. Like, do not, if maybe somebody does something wrong to you, do not try to revenge. You just leave the world to avenge for you. Yeah. So these people here might actually not, they might not have done anything, like maybe report him or maybe try maybe to do something bad to him, but it has come now. It has come to, they say karma. Karma is a what? Yeah, this is karma now coming to this guy. Since 1997, right now is 73 years old. Historical sex crimes squad arrest. Following the use of forensic investigative genetic genealogy (FIGG), a 73-year-old man was arrested at a service station for a series of alleged sexual assaults dating back to 1997 on the Central Coast. So that was our 8th bizarre story. Moving on to the, that was our 7th actually. Moving on to the 8th bizarre story. It's saying beef jerky and cup gun confrontation. So that is the title, beef jerky and cup gun confrontation. And then it says RCMP in Edson, Alberta arrested a man after a strange pursuit that began when he started throwing beef jerky and shouting Bible verses at the students. When confronted by a principal, the suspect allegedly fired a cup gun before leading police on a high-speed chase. So beef jerky, somebody might be wondering, what is a beef jerky? A beef jerky is a high-protein snack made from lean. So it's seasoned and then it has no moisture. Yeah, and a cup gun is a toy gun. So I repeated it again. Beef jerky and cup gun confrontation. RCMP in Edson, Alberta arrested a man after a strange pursuit that began when he started throwing beef jerky and shouting Bible verses at students. When confronted by principal, the suspect allegedly fired a cup gun before leading police on high-speed chase. Yeah. So this person here was throwing beef jerky at people. Yeah. So you pick it, maybe you carry it and then you throw it at people, beef jerky. So, and then you begin shouting like Bible verses. It has reminded me of the preachers in Nairobi. Again, I'm referring to Nairobi, whereby you board a matatu or a bus or minibus, maybe from where you live to Nairobi town. And then on your way to, or maybe to or from, a preacher, a man or a lady comes into the bus, or maybe you can even find them in the vehicle. And then immediately the vehicle starts to maybe the journey. This person stands from somewhere, and then he or she begins preaching, in the bus. Personally, I do not like that. Like, it's not that I'm not a Christian, or maybe I'm against Christianity, or maybe preaching, but you see, when I board a matatu or a bus, I want to at least maybe have some alone time. Like, I want to think, I want to at least enjoy. Maybe nobody is talking, like there is some quietness at times. People may, or if people are speaking, they're not speaking in a loud voice. And then somebody stands in the matatu or in the bus and then begins preaching. Like, you cannot preach, obviously you cannot preach in a low tone. Like, you have to shout so that the people at the far end, or the back, people who are seated at the back, can at least hear you. So you have to shout. On the process of shouting, there's somebody who is seated like very close to you. So it might happen like when you're shouting. Okay, I do not really want to talk about that, but the thing is, when the preaching in the bus is not really good, because if I want somebody to preach for me, I'll go to the church. It's like, you see, this person is actually forcing me to listen to what he or she is saying. He or she, what he or what she is preaching. Like, this person is forcing me. Like, I'm in the bus. There's no place like I'll maybe hide or cover my ears. Like, it will sound or look unethical. So you have to, like, even if you do not want to listen, you have to just like sit there and behave like somebody wants to listen. So this person is actually forcing you to listen to him or her preaching, which is not really good. So personally, if maybe I'm asked, like, do you support preachers coming into the bus then preaching, I'd say no, I do not support that. And it's not like I'm against preaching, but if you're preaching, maybe go organize somewhere, put your maybe microphone somewhere, and then start preaching. People will come, but not you coming to force people to listen to what you're preaching. It's not really good. It's not fair. So that was it's not really the exact thing that happened here in this story, but it's saying beef jerky and cup gun confrontation. RCMP in Edson, Alberta arrested a man after a strange pursuit that began when he started throwing beef jerky and shouting Bible verses at students. When confronted by a principal, the suspect allegedly fired a cup gun before leading police on a high-speed chase. So this story here towards the end actually is trying to tell us that this person here might not be actually mentally stable. You have a toy gun, a cup gun, which is a toy gun, and you have beef jerky, and then you're throwing the beef jerky to people while preaching, like while saying Bible verses. And then when you are confronted, like, hey man, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You pull out a cup gun, a toy gun, and then you fire it. So after doing that, it led to the police to chase him. High speed chase. So that happened in Alberta, and that was our 8th bizarre story. Moving on to the 9th bizarre story. They helped me get away. Listen to this. In Hialeah, Florida, I believe is in the US, a 26-year-old would-be 26-year-old would-be thief found himself locked inside a landscaper's van after sneaking in to steal equipment. The owner unknowingly locked all the doors, trapping the suspect inside until police arrived to rescue, in quotes, rescue him directly into custody. So you see, personally, they're thieves. I'm not supporting anybody to do a crime, but they're thieves that I can personally, that's for me, they're thieves that I can like pity and maybe not report them. Excuse me. These thieves are not actually thieves. One thief. Somebody, a thief who's stealing food. Yeah? That is the only person that I can forgive. A thief who's stealing food. You see, there are times that you can find somebody like you do not even have a single coin. There is a video I did whereby I showed how to survive in the village without a single coin. So imagine a scenario whereby there is somebody who's like me. You have nothing. You have nothing in your pocket. And then you're hungry. You need food. You see, at times your stomach can lead you to steal. Your stomach can lead you to commit a crime. Not that you wanted to, but because you couldn't bear the hunger you are feeling. So you go steal to eat. I can forgive such a person. Yeah? And maybe add him if I have enough, and maybe give him more so that he can go with it to go and eat. But this thief here actually wanted to steal equipment. So what excuse can you give? Like, you cannot tell us that maybe you're hungry, you wanted the equipment to go and sell, then you get money. If you are stealing food, it's like I can understand personally. I can understand, but you are stealing equipment. Yeah. So this shows that this guy here wanted to make money out of this. Yeah. So there is no explanation that you can give me that you wanted to steal my property and go sell it and then get money to buy food. I couldn't reason with you on that. But if I found you stealing food, I'll if I have enough, I'll give you more. Yeah? And tell you next time, do not do this. Next time, if you are hungry and you want food, you need food, just come to me and tell me, hello, I'm hungry. Kindly give me food. I'll take whatever small I have, we will share with you. But do not come to steal. Yeah? There is when growing up, there was a certain guy who came to my father's garden or my father's farm, and then this guy here, I remember it was the season we were almost harvesting maize from the farm. So this guy here had a sack, and then he went into my father's farm, and then he was like harvesting maize during the night. So unfortunately for him, somebody was passing by and he had somebody like breaking the maize and then putting them in the sack. So this guy confronted him and actually caught him, like held on to him, and then he screamed. So a lot of people came. When they came, this guy was told to kneel, to actually sit down. It was during the night. I remember a certain field down there. And then he was asked, where are you from? I remember very well that guy said he was from a place known as Taracha in Gusii region. So he was asked, like, why are you here, and why have you come all the way from Taracha with a sack? It's a very long way away. It's like it's a very big distance. There is a very big distance from our place to Taracha. It's really far. So this guy was asked, why did you come all the way from Taracha? Like, you skipped a lot of farms, a lot of maize plantations to come here. That guy had no explanation. Yeah. So that guy, the people who were there actually wanted to, like, what do we call it? Mob justice him. But I think it was my father that told them that because he had not, like, gone away with the maize, what we'll do is I'll keep the maize since it's mine, and we'll forgive the guy. So also that guy looked like he was not mentally stable, he was not mentally okay. So they decided, like, let's leave him, let him walk, forgive him. And that guy was forgiven. Yeah. Though there were people there who already wanted to actually finish him off. Let me use that word. There were people who were ready to finish him off, but my father and some few guys said, no, we've got the maize, just let the guy walk. And the guy walked. Yeah. So this guy, I believe he was hungry, he needed food. And he decided, like, I'll raid somebody's farm. But ever since then, we've never heard of him, or we've never seen him. Yeah. So that was our 9th bizarre story. Moving on to the 10th bizarre story. A counterfeit dizzy bills. Counterfeit dizzy bills. Yeah. This bizarre story number 10. It says counterfeit dizzy bills, and then it says police in Orange County. I believe Orange County is found in the US, if I'm not wrong, are warning the public after fake $100 bills coated in a mysterious white powder were found at a grocery store. 2 employees reported feeling dizzy after touching the money, leading to a hazardous materials investigation. So this is these are $100 notes, and then 2 employees touched the notes. Let's assume these are the $100 notes. So these employees touched the notes, and then they began feeling dizzy or experiencing dizziness. So it led to a hazardous material investigation. Like, now the police had to try to investigate, like, what is really in these notes. Yeah. So people, kindly, we have to be very, very careful. We have to be very, very careful. I say now it has gotten to a point whereby somebody goes as far as poisoning money. So imagine if this money goes, like, around, you know, the funny thing with money is money moves like the way we human beings don't move. Yeah. Somebody can maybe take money from here, the region that I am, Gusii region, and then he will move maybe to Nairobi, and then somebody from Nairobi can move with that money to maybe abroad. Yeah, but remember, the person who took the money from Gusii to Nairobi is not the same person who will be traveling with that money outside the country. You see, so the money has moved more than the person who had it initially. Yeah, so money really moves. So the people who poisoned this $100 notes, this same money might actually come back to them. Remember, they poisoned the money, but the money might actually come back, and maybe if they intended, like if their intention was to at least do harm to somebody, it might actually backfire on them. Yeah, it might do the harm on them. Yeah, so do not really, like, it's very bad. It's not like, it's really bad. Why would you poison money? Why? Because you will also at some point need money to do a few things. A, B, C, D. You'll need money. So why would you poison money that is actually touched by everybody? If even your own parents, or maybe your own siblings, or you yourself, that money can come back to you. Remember, you poisoned it and then gave it away. Yeah, so it can go in circles, and then it gets back to you, and then it comes to also poison you. If you intended to maybe do harm to somebody, that money will also harm you. It will actually harm you, and maybe the person you intended to harm might not even be harmed. Yeah. So let's be very, very careful with such. Yeah, so that was our bizarre story number 10. Moving on to the last bizarre story. Drunken snooze in a stolen work van. Yeah. Now listen to this. A drunken snooze in a stolen work van. It says a driver in Dubai discovered a stranger fast asleep inside his parked work vehicle after the intruder smashed a window during the night. The suspect was arrested on the spot for property damage and unauthorized alcohol consumption. Yeah, this is really funny. So this guy here smashed someone's vehicle window. Excuse me. So this guy smashed somebody's vehicle and got in. After he got in, he was drunk. So you can say blame it on the alcohol. So he smashed the window, went in, and then slept. So in the morning, the owner was coming, and then he found somebody in his vehicle asleep, and then drunk and asleep. Yeah. So the good thing with where I come from, I'm not really saying it's a good thing, but it's really very hard to be arrested when you're drunk, like arrested while drunk, unless you are disorderly, maybe causing some chaos. Yeah, being chaotic, maybe frustrating people, maybe trying to fight people, you can be arrested. But you're just drunk and maybe you're heading to your place, it's not really taken as serious as some countries do. So this here in Dubai, you have to, like, you have to drink, like you have to be given permission to drink. Unauthorized alcohol consumption. Yeah, you have to be given permission to drink. You cannot just go and drink anyhowly. No, I respect the rules of Dubai. Though here in my country, Kenya, if you want to drink very early in the morning, you can go and drink. If you want to drink late in the night, you can go and drink. Like, there is nothing like authorization to drink. Anytime you feel maybe the thirst, I do not really know if maybe the people feel thirsty to drink. But anytime you want to drink, you go and drink. Yeah, nobody will restrict you or tell you like, you know what, no, this is not the right time, you're not supposed to drink, or maybe you get arrested. Yeah, but this guy here, the first crime that he committed was damaging someone's property, and another crime is unauthorized alcohol consumption. Excuse me. So that is why I was saying countries are not the same. So when you move from your country to somebody's country, you should follow their rules. They say when you go to Rome, you have to behave like the Romans. You have to respect what they do and their laws. So this guy here has been arrested, and maybe it was because you see, you cannot commit a crime and then you come to blame it on the alcohol, like you say, like, oh, I didn't do it, I was drunk. Yeah, you might have been drunk, but you're the same person. Yeah, you're the same guy. You might have taken alcohol, but alcohol does not really change you from Mark to Mark Ino. It doesn't. Yeah, you still remain the same. So even if you are drunk, you'll be charged sober. Yeah, there's no excuse for such a thing like I was drunk, so I wasn't myself. Now the law cannot really favor you in that. If you're going to jail, you'll go to jail. Yeah, there is no excuse about that. So friend, on the trending stories in my country, I actually have one story that has been really trending, and there have been people who have been really against. Like I came across a certain video in the morning whereby a certain woman or lady was saying that if you have been this and this, or if you have this, or if you have that, yeah, really, she was really angered and frustrated. I really have no idea why. So there is this guy who they're saying that he was not they're saying, but the guy is from Russia, and the guy has been like picking women from different destinations. Like he comes to a lady, hello, what's your name? And then he tells the lady, come with me. So the guy was actually wearing glasses that had cameras in them, so he was recording using the glasses. So the guy has actually really, according to what is being said on the internet, is the guy is actually, though not verified, but they are saying the guy is HIV positive. Yeah, so he has been like picking women from different destinations, different places. He comes, approaches you, tells you you look nice, asks for your name, and then maybe you give him your phone number. He calls you, and then he brings you to his house, records you while in the house, and then I do not really know what happens after that. I wasn't there. So a certain lady was really angry about that, and she was saying that men, actually she was really specific, like, men do not talk about that issue. So how do you want us not to talk about it, yet it's there? You see, you cannot really avoid to talk about it. It's there, it has happened. Yeah, and they were saying the guy has been arrested. So the crime, I believe that the guy will be judged of, is he was recording people without their consent. But picking people to taking them to your house, not by force, it's not a crime. Now the crime that the guy committed was recording them. and then putting that on the internet. Maybe there are very many families. Maybe there is a lady he picked who maybe lied to him that I'm single, because I heard him actually ask them like, do you have somebody, do you have a man? And then the guy was the ladies were like, no, I'm single. So it might happen that the lady maybe had a man, or maybe was married. So when the husband now comes, sees the videos, obviously he'll maybe want nothing to do with the wife or the girlfriend, you see. So that is what is trending in my country, whereby a Russian man has been like taking women from different areas and then taking them to his house, and also recording him picking them and approaching them. Then he compiled the videos, the footage, and then he put it on the internet, and it's really trending, like it's spreading like wildfire. Everybody's talking about it, but there are people who do not want men, now specifically men, like, men, do not talk about it. Like, you have no right to talk about it. She was actually saying, men, shut up, shut up. How can we not talk about it? Like, we have to warn our women, like, do not accept any like a stranger actually telling you, like, finding you in the, maybe in the streets, or maybe in the shopping mall, or maybe anywhere, telling you like, you look nice, come with me. Yeah, we are supposed to warn you not to do that. So when you tell us not to talk about it, it's like you are trying to entertain it. Yeah? We have to warn you and tell you, maybe kindly do not do this, never ever. Yeah. So friend, I want to end this live here. I want to thank you very much. We will meet in our next live stream. My name is Inomark29. It's a bye for now. See you on our next stream.